Today we are out and about again. For starters, there's nowhere for me to really put the camera, and I didn't bring a large tripod, so I actually had you guys, for that walk-up scene, I had you guys like perched up on this tree here. Starting this video out in yet another cemetery. Today we are focusing this story on one man named William Harrison. His final resting place is actually right here in this coffin that you see. This particular cemetery is haunted with Mr. Harrison's ghost, and there is a very unique story that goes along with all of this. As soon as we get back from the intro, I will tell you all about it. Yeah, we're going to hope that we don't experience Mr. Harrison's ghost while we're here. So I played the intro first so you can see the walk-up scene, because that's how I like to start my videos out. But I am interjecting here. This is the next day. We're going to go back and finish watching the rest of that video, but I just wanted to make it known that everything that takes place in this video is real. I am not a huge believer in ghosts. I've never had a paranormal experience before, and I always said, I guess it could happen, but I don't guess it's really real until it happens to me. I don't know that I would call this a paranormal experience, but you will see in this video, I am at Mr. Harrison's site, and I am filming and I am talking, and then just randomly, it's never happened before, and I have filmed a lot of videos, but just randomly, I start walking towards a specific area of that cemetery, and my camera gets burning hot, like it's on fire, and it freezes up and it shuts off. I lose all that footage from whatever clip I was filming. It happened 3 times while I was there. I don't know what caused it. It's never happened to me before. This video was just filmed yesterday, but immediately when I came in after experiencing that, I charged up all my batteries and I turned on the cameras and played with them and tried to diagnose them to figure out what was going on, but they worked just fine. At one point while I was at this location, I got this eerie feeling. I got creeped out. There was nobody else out there, but I got creeped out, and that's at the very end of the video, because when that happened, I decided it was time for me to go. Upon coming home and editing the footage, I was able to salvage some of it, but the footage doesn't look right. There's a couple of spots where it's grainy, and there is a few spots where the audio jumps way up high. I don't know what caused it. One could assume that it was the paranormal activity that was going on out there, but I don't know. I just thought I would interject here because there's just randomly at one spot, it'll cut off, and then I come back and say, that was really weird. My camera just cut off. So I wanted to give you a little context to let you know why and what happened. This is the ghost of William Grancer Harrison. First things first, I know that this story is somewhat dated, but I chose to talk about Mr. William Harrison today because the hauntings, the paranormal activity that takes place right here where I'm standing, in this very same spot, the paranormal activity still occurs to this day. In fact, there was just a sighting reported not that long ago, right here where I am. The sightings just keep happening, and they happen frequently, and they are very unusual. Mr. William Grancer Harrison was born in 1789, a long time ago. He moved here to Coffee County, which is where I'm at now. This is actually Kinston, Alabama. He moved right here to Kinston, to Coffee County in 1830, and he established a large cotton plantation right here. This was his cotton plantation. Here's a William Harrison Sr. This must have been the William Harrison we're going to be talking about today. This must have been his father, born 30 years before this William Harrison. And he was part of the Revolutionary War. He was in the militia. Ooh, that's not cool. You can see all down into that grave and everything in there. Wow. This William Harrison's son, William Grancer Harrison, he's going to be the topic of today's discussion. While Mr. Harrison was alive, he was a huge party fanatic. He loved to dance and sing. It was what he was known for. He loved dancing and partying so much that he had his own dance/party hall built right here on his property. And that building is still, well, it's somewhat still standing to this day. And that was really strange. I don't know what happened. It's like the first time it's ever happened to me. The camera got super hot, like almost burn you to the touch hot, and it froze up on what I could see on the camera. Like I couldn't tell if it was recording or what it was doing. It just froze. I've never had that happen before. I don't know what it was. I don't know what caused it, but it's kind of creepy. At any rate, I was saying, if it didn't pick up as it froze, it's remarkable that this building is still standing. Every week, throughout most of William Harrison's adult life, they held some kind of party here in their party hall. Well, as Mr. Harrison got older, his health started failing him. And he realized that he wasn't going to live forever. He had them build a luxury plot for him with an above-ground tomb. He wanted it constructed right here near the dance hall. So even after he died, he could enjoy the parties. It became such a tradition. Every week, people would come from all around the area to dance and have some drinks and party there at Mr. Harrison's dance hall. He wanted his grave built above ground and very lavish so that he could enjoy listening to the music and the people having a good time dancing after he died. And while he waited on that day to come, he had a large shed built around and over that lavish burial plot. Well, because the top of it was left open, obviously, until the day that he passed. And he didn't want it to get ruined because down inside of it was his favorite old feather mattress. He told his family when he passed, he wanted to be dressed in his favorite party outfit and his best dancing shoes. So he was always ready for the party. That unfortunate day would come in 1860. And his family did just as he asked. They buried him in his favorite clothes. And after he passed away, they kept the parties going just as he wanted every single week for a little while. It didn't take long, though, without Mr. Harrison being involved, that the parties gradually petered out. Once the parties finally died out, the property sat here and was abandoned. The cotton fields withered up and nothing really happened. Another couple purchased the Harrison property. But it was after they moved onto the property and started building their farm life that they had envisioned. As the sun would set, they would hear music. They couldn't figure out where it was coming from. It was just old-timey music. They couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And it led them here to this abandoned party building of William Harrison's. It's really strange. It did it again. It froze up again as I walked closer to the dance hall. It's never done it before, but like the camera's on fire. I don't know what the problem is. All right. So the family that lives over here across the way have even claimed that they have seen Mr. William Harrison out here. They have also claimed that they have seen shadowy figures out here, and it looks like they're dancing. Like it's Mr. Harrison still out here having a good time, kicking his heels. They have also reported that there is a constant tapping, like the tapping of shoes, of somebody dancing. As of right now, I have not heard it with my naked ear, but that doesn't mean anything. Another story goes, though, that also the most paranormal activity occurs on Saturdays. You could come out here on any Saturday, and that's when you would hear it, because Saturday was their party day. That's when they held their parties. Right now, at the time of filming this, it's Sunday, not Saturday, so today may be the day of rest for Mr. Harrison. Another story goes that Mr. Harrison was buried with all of his wealth, all of his gold. It was all supposedly all buried with him. Sometime in the 1960s, some not so fine gentleman decided he didn't need it anymore. He didn't need to be buried with gold. So they decided to take it off his hands. So they came and actually destroyed his final resting place here. And you can actually see where, ooh, I didn't see that. Look at that. Some pennies, but in the shape of a cross on it. That's creepy. Oh man. At any rate, you can see the difference in the concrete. You see where it was repaired, and that's because they tore it up. They damaged it trying to get Mr. Harrison's gold out of there, and that's just creepy. Sorry about the wind, guys. Those gentlemen who blew open Mr. Harrison's grave, they never got any gold. That rumor was false. He was not buried with his fortune. He passed it down to his siblings, so they ultimately tore up his grave for nothing. Definitely one thing for sure, the creep factor out here is real. Right now, I have this feeling like I'm creeped out. All right, so I haven't seen anything or heard anything, really. But all of a sudden, things just do not feel right. You know, you just get one of those feelings like somebody's watching you. Although there's nobody else out here, but the hair on the back of your neck stands up and you just get creeped out. You just feel weird. Well, that is me right now. So usually that's a sign that it's time for me to go. So that is going to do it for today's story and the ghost of William Grancer Harrison, this haunted cemetery, and the dance hall that never stops. Apparently not even after death. I'm getting out of here. So I want to thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, if you want to help support the channel, check out the links down in the description box below. Not only is it much appreciated, but it helps keep us going. It fuels our adventures. Thank you all so much. I will see you again tomorrow. I hope you all have a great day. Please stay safe, and all this will be over soon. So stay healthy. I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.